computer, right?
No, not yet. Do I sound tinny?
No.
Hello.
That sounds weird.
A little tinny.
A little.
Welcome to Hanging Up with Ashley and Jen. Today we are going to do something a little bit different than we've done before, which is to talk amongst ourselves. Perhaps we can still hang up on each other in some way.
Yeah, we could work that out, probably. But if we call one person every week, we're going to be out of people in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, unless more people step up.
But people think that we're mean or something.
Yeah, I
That
think
the idea of hanging up on people is mean.
which it could be. We haven't hung up on anyone yet, so I don't know.
So if you'd like to be hung up on,
Yeah,
we could maybe make money off of that.
like make them pay us to not hang up, or
No, make them pay to hang up. I could easily talk crap. That's a different podcast. But
No,
yeah, where like
no.
I belittle men and then hang up on them. Free thought, free form thought with Ashley and Jennifer.
I just saw an Andy Borowitz thing, and it says Elon Musk is the horrible, annoying character a TV show introduces in season 9 when the rankings are tanking.
I love him. Andy, not Elon. I love Andy so much. He posts the best, funniest things. We all need to stay funny now, right?
Yeah,
you got to laugh at this stuff or you're going to murder someone.
Well, or be sad.
Or have the rage build up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got to get it out. What do you do to
get rid of my
rage?
My rage? I think on it. I give it some noggin, and then I process it, and I dump on my friends.
Yep.
And then I'm over it, usually by the end of it. And I feel bad for the friends, but some people are just as happy to do that with me. So we have a
bitch fest together.
Yeah, we have a relationship, a symbiotic. You dump, I dump.
And then you feel better.
Yeah, when you're powerless, sometimes you just have to go through it.
I have lately literally just been screaming.
Just yelling? Where do you go?
In my house.
In your house?
My husband just ignores it at this point.
Do you have neighbors?
Yeah.
Do you have a soundproof room?
No.
Oh.
But it's winter. Doors are shut and stuff.
Yeah.
But he did remind me on Sunday that we had someone working in our backyard.
Oh.
And might put him off if he heard my screaming.
Well, they would probably blame Jeremy, so he's just probably protecting himself.
He is probably paranoid a little bit.
From the police call.
But working out's like a good, healthy thing.
Yeah, it's nice out now, so taking a walk can be nice. And looking at the beauty around you, letting that sink in a little bit.
I can't ever go to a gym with fit people because that just makes me more mad.
They're the worst.
Ugh.
Looking at you like that person's not as fit as me. Although I think
this person does not have a matching outfit and did not put on layers of makeup for their selfies on the gram. They are not serious about getting swole.
I used to be worried that people would be looking at me, but I think the people who I'd be most worried about looking at me are probably spending more time looking at themselves than
paying attention to you.
That's what I hear, but I also know that
this is America.
There are people who do pay attention.
People only look at themselves at the gym. So
okay.
I was reading something that was not political and not current events related in the psychology and relationships section on CNBC.
Oh.
Don't ask me how I got there. But there were 5 questions that happy couples can answer about one another.
Okay.
And I was reading through them and thought, I don't even know this answer for me. How the hell am I going to know this answer for my husband?
And how will he know it about you if you don't know it?
Like,
they might be.
Either people are talking to each other way more than I am aware that people talk to themselves in relationships. I feel like relationships after a certain amount of time when you're with someone and you have children and responsibilities and jobs and stress, you really just are like exchanging information, right?
Yeah, focusing on the details of the day and not those deep feelings.
Correct. Like, are you taking this kid to practice and we have the game this weekend and so-and-so is failing math and will you talk to him or do I talk to him? Just
so-and-so.
Yeah. Like, you are managers talking to each other and making sure each other is doing their duties.
Yeah.
That's it. And then maybe you sit down and watch TV and laugh and try to not fall asleep because you're exhausted. Yeah, we don't have like deep conversations anymore.
But do you think you had them before?
Not this deep, I don't think. Because like in the beginning, there's sex and that's fun.
Then you're doing that instead.
Yeah.
Don't you have some pillow talk? Like, that was
I don't even sleep
great
with my
sex.
husband physically in the same bed, which I would give that as number one marriage advice to anyone.
Do you have, like Dick Van Dyke, 2 separate beds?
2 separate beds, 2 separate bedrooms, 2 separate floors.
I see. So it's not like you're in the same room or you don't have to
Nope.
hear the snoring and you
He's
can
in
stay
the
up.
basement. I am in the main level
And he gets up at 2 in the morning.
between 3:30 and 4 a.m.
You don't need to be woken
No.
up every day at that time.
No. He used to do the thing where he'd love you, babe, and kiss me. And then I just got to where it's like, I know you love me. Just let me sleep. I'm so much happier when I sleep. And then, yeah, so I think people knew what was up when they quit sleeping with each other.
Yeah.
Not having sex,
Well,
but just physically
It
sleeping.
seems like it started that way on television anyway. I think that, and don't double check me on this, but I believe the Brady Bunch was the first show to include the married couple parents sleeping in the same bed.
Like showed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on television.
That could track. That sounds right to me.
So I heard it once, but
Can we
I
fact check this in real time?
did no verification of it. I can look.
Yeah, let's look that up.
You talk about number 1.
Okay,
And I'll
Jen's
look.
fact checking that. If you sleep with your spouse, good luck to you. But one day you may go through menopause and be really hot and just not want another human being anywhere near your body. And don't feel bad about that. So, question 1. What is a seemingly small interaction that left a lasting impact on your partner? Do you know that answer for yourself?
I'd have to think about it.
Right? Like, that's not an easy question to
No.
answer for oneself,
Well,
even.
I mean, there's probably a lot of them once you get rolling.
I have been thinking about this for 4 days.
You haven't come up with anything?
No.
Wait, read it again.
What is a seemingly small interaction that left a lasting impact?
Yeah.
What?
I feel like you've told me about interactions that have been
Seemingly small? I feel like mine have all been big. I can think
Well-
of all sorts of things that affected me, but they were
Yeah.
big things, like my parents getting a divorce, my death of a family member, like big things, right? Like a business failing, my divorce, all sorts of things. But I can't think of like, I was walking in the park and a stranger complimented my outfit.
They didn't say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears and walk away.
No, that would be freaking creepy and a big deal, and I would remember.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Marvel, no, is that Marvel? That's
I think
DC.
it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think they'll sue us.
Oh, they can't sue for that. But, I mean, you think about little moments in your life where somebody slighted you or somebody that you did not want to kiss you, tried to kiss you, and then you had to run away.
But again, to me, that's like not small, right? Like
Well,
being sexually put upon is like kind of a big deal.
Well, yeah.
I think this would be like
I think it's just a definition.
thinking you did poorly on a test in school or like a assignment and then realizing you did well, like turning in a paper and you're thinking like, ugh. And then you did well and that changed your outlook on how capable you are. I don't have those.
I think it's a definition situation because I do think there's things that might seem small that might have impacted you.
There might be some, but I cannot
Someone
think of
was
one.
like, I love your glasses.
That happens daily. I have.
Just more good things happen to you than other people.
And it could be a bad thing, right, too? It could be like a
Absolutely.
little bad thing that you took really personally and then that affect, and maybe there is something like this and I just don't remember. But, and I would have no idea for my husband.
Yeah.
I know it
think-
has something to do with during school like elementary age, a teacher saying he was like slow and
Oh,
needed
yeah,
to be held back.
that'll stick with you. Being held back is a big one, though.
And his parents didn't do it. They didn't hold him
Oh,
back.
good.
So,
Yeah,
but like anytime I just say anything like, ugh, that's stupid, or ugh, you're stupid,
yeah,
which I know I shouldn't say, but
sure.
I tell lots of people they're stupid.
He's not special.
So my husband is not special. And I have another man I know as a grown man he has that cling to him that like a elementary teacher told him
Yeah,
something that he wasn't quite hitting the mark, and he's just always felt inferior since then. And when you're in elementary, I see how that would sting and last with you. I can't think of anything good or bad one way during that time that really pushed me one way or another.
well, I had something that Gail told me that there was someone in my life or out there in the world that had tried to commit suicide just to keep it light. We said we'd keep it light.
Yeah.
And so there was an issue with that, and I was worried about this person because they were threatening to do so. And she just said, you know what? Life's not for everyone.
How old were you when she
I
tells
was
you this?
older. I mean, I
Okay,
was
like
in,
out of school.
yeah, I was out of
Okay.
school, and I was like,
Out of the house.
I'm going to remember that line for a very long time
Yeah,
because, in a
say it
way,
again.
life's not for everyone.
Woof.
And I was just like, there may be some truth to that,
Yep.
but it affected me in a way that I guess you could say that was a small interaction.
But again, over such a serious topic, I just can't define
Yeah,
that still as
true,
I
but
was at the
nothing
store and someone bought my coffee or bought my Starbucks in front
paid
of
it
me.
forward or
Yeah,
something.
ugh, puke. If that's your answer, first of all, I hate you as a person and you're a simpleton and I don't ever want to talk to you.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, Jeremy, that better not be your answer. Jeremy's my husband. Okay, so that one was hard. We don't know the answers for ourselves.
I'll come up with one later.
Okay, what is their go-to mental escape when they are feeling overwhelmed? I feel this one's easier. When you live with someone, you could probably say this about the
Yeah.
people you grew up with, your siblings, your parents, all sorts of people. In my household growing up, the common answer was alcohol.
Yeah. I think that's for a lot of people.
That's probably the number one answer.
Yeah. That wasn't the case for my family, but it is definitely,
Probably high up there on the list.
yeah.
My personal go-to mental escape is
Music.
no.
No?
No.
I don't know you.
I mean, I love music, and music can like like I feel like music is an addition to whatever's going on. If you're having fun, then the music has to fit that. If you're feeling sad, the music fits that. Like it
Yeah.
enhances things.
I see.
Mine is either because I want to be distracted. So if I need a mental escape, it's full on distraction mode, like putting together a puzzle,
Hmm.
reading a book,
Mm-hmm.
gardening, anything that I just am thinking about that task and not about anything else.
Yeah. So just a neat
My
kind.
husband would say thrifting and spending money, which I fully agree. If I'm feeling stressed out, I'm like, I am going to go stress shop.
Although you do thrift on days when you are not stressed out, probably too.
Correct.
So I guess it's just something comforting.
Yep.
In general that
What-
you enjoy.
What is yours?
What do I do to cope?
When you need a mental, how do they phrase it? When you are feeling overwhelmed and need a mental escape.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways to look at that. Like one of the things I would do is watch a show I've already watched that I'm very comfortable with and just play that so that I have my sort of a happy place in like The Good Place, that show, The Good
Okay.
Place, or some of the other, I love the Orville or some of those things. But I don't know. I think that if I really have, I just talk to people. If I really have to do something, I talk to people and then, or be completely alone. It's one of those two things. And as a distraction.
Depending on what's the difference, like what makes you go, wait, I need to talk this out, and what makes you go, ugh, I just need to like not be around people.
I think if I have the answer and I know what the problem is and know what I need to do, or if I already have kind of a gut level idea of the problem or the solution, then I can be alone to manage that. But if I feel like I'm in a situation where I don't even understand what's happening to me, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? Then I'll turn to friends for,
Yep.
for that guidance. And usually we talk enough where they can, and I know who to call for what kind of guidance. So don't call,
Depending on what you.
yeah, don't call, if I'm feeling suicidal, don't call Gail, for example. She would probably be the wrong one to call. But if
Life is not for everyone.
But if I need a realistic, bit of advice that might be harsh or whatever, I would look to Gail for that any day. If I needed someone to tell me I was great, I would call my mom. She would tell me I'm great all day long.
Moms are the best for that.
They really are.
Unless you're my son.
Then it's
Then it's a big dose of reality.
yeah. If I want tough talk, I call Tracy. If I want empathy, I might call a different person, although she's capable of empathy.
Some of us, it's not our go-to.
It's just, it's just a little more practical advice. And it's often what I need. So that's why she's such a valuable person for me. If I do just want someone to cry with me.
Yeah.
And say, look at the pain of the world or myself or whatever.
I get that. So that one I didn't find as hard. This one also, I was like, ugh, what? What is a social situation that they secretly dread but will not admit to? Again, I just don't get why don't people just admit what they like and don't like? So you would understand this one.
Yes, I think the way it read, what is a social situation that I don't like but wouldn't admit to
not liking.
For the most part, there's almost every social situation is one I don't like. And I don't know if I would admit to that just because people would be like, why don't you like social situations? It's so fun. We'll have wine. I'm like, no, don't want that. And then we're going to play games. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that.
But okay, you don't like games.
Generally speaking, there's certain kind of games that I don't like, and and I love trivia, but not
board games, card games, those sort of things are not your thing. So if you're at a party and people are playing them,
yep,
don't you feel comfortable just being like, I'm not gonna play the game?
No, they make you play the game. They make you play. You don't want to, and they're like, come in, just play the game, and you're like, no, I don't want to play it. I can't draw. I'm not playing your Pictionary. You're going to make fun of me. And naturally they do that. You draw bad. And especially if you tell them ahead of time, they'll come at you. But that was
Is that the number one? That's like a good one.
Pictionary?
I mean, because no, just in general, lots of people enjoy playing games.
Yeah.
So to be the person who doesn't want to play the game is probably pretty uncommon to begin with, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, most people love a board game night, and then they're like, oh, we need another person. We just need one more person.
And I do want to start game night and poker nights at my house. You will just not be invited.
Thank you. If you play guitar or Rock Band or Guitar Hero or one of those, then I'm in.
Okay.
But I don't want to play most of the things. Although I would play Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That looks fun. I would play... anything that isn't a skill-based game that people who've been playing.
Anything for toddlers.
Anything for toddlers 4 to 6.
Or trivia.
Which
is the total opposite.
Or Rock Band. It's just that those games that require a certain amount of skill and experience to play, like card games like poker or something like that, I'm just going to keep losing. I'm going to keep losing and losing and losing, and I haven't really gotten myself to go through that process to get better at it, because I've told you this before, but I'm the youngest, so everyone that I played with growing up, they liked to play the games, and I was always like the dumb young one trying to play 7-year-old trying to play my brother, and it would just be like, crush Jennifer. Let's crush her, because I was a kid.
So that was your answer to number one. That was a seemingly small interaction.
That's 100 interactions of losing.
But each one's
Are they small?
And they just mount it up.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
'Cause
and so now I don't like games very much.
and again, that's a personality thing.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
if I kept losing, I would just be like,
I'm
"I'm
gonna
gonna
do this
win."
till I win.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't need to play that game.
I will do something else with my time.
There's a limit to the amount of losing you want to do generally in your life, but there was just too much losing too soon. I
Yeah.
did like sports though, and I didn't necessarily care if I lost at a sports game. Just
Or how
didn't want
about
to play a
like a
board game.
team game?
Do I have to
Because
draw?
then you're on.
Do I have to make up a word out of nothing and then make up a definition out of nothing, and people will be
I
expecting
think
you
you're
to...
referencing like 20-year-old games.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been since you've played games.
Yeah, probably. They don't do Balderdash anymore, or
No.
what do they play?
Pictionary, even that reference, I was like, I don't
Oh
think
my
anyone
God.
does that.
That's good. I've been able to stay out of this world for long enough.
So many things have come.
Dungeons and Dragons is fun.
Ugh,
Is that an old game?
it is.
Just kidding.
But that's not really like there's a winner, right? Again, it's very collaborative. Like you're
Yeah.
all working together
You can
to
die.
enhance the story, but the people are going to probably help you, right?
Right.
Like, goal is to finish the campaign. If you die right away, that doesn't help the cause.
Right. And it's not like a video game where you're playing a story, but it's hard and you can't figure out how to pedal the bicycle in Grand Theft Auto, and you keep running into a wall.
We'll put a link to that.
That game.
Yeah.
Netflix now has games. So, because I am a Netflix subscriber for the moment, I was able to download Grand Theft Auto San Andreas to my phone.
And all she could do was get on the bike.
Getting on the bike and just running into a wall and then keep going. It could be a fun game if I could figure out how the controls work, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I will.
I can't play any video games unless it's Tetris or
Ooh,
Dr.
great game.
Mario
Yeah,
or two-dimensional easy meant for kindergartners.
yeah, so you're like 4 to 6 too, but
Yeah,
electronically.
but just electronically.
So what's a new game?
Oh, God. Like Catan, and that's even old now. But
Rummy Cube?
that's kind of oldish too. But yes.
Well, what's a new one? What would you invite me over to say that
I probably
old
play
games?
old-ish type game. Well, I would. We just want to have a poker night.
Poker?
Yeah, poker. Texas Hold'em, poker
Does it cost
for money.
me money? Nope, I'm out.
We could play for like food.
Food?
Yeah, like milk duds.
Oh, yeah, I'm in for that. Then I don't care if I lose them.
Yeah. We could have a serious table where they bet the money, and then the non-serious table where you're like
Skittles, Milk
bringing
Duds,
junk from your house.
and Lifesavers or something.
Yeah. I raise you 3 rubber bands.
Oh, I have a bunch of those.
See? That's what my game's going to be like.
Okay.
So the situation that I dread, but it's not, again, not secretly, small talk.
Okay.
I'm good at it. I can small talk people all day,
Yeah.
but I just feel it's so boring.
Does it exhaust you?
It doesn't exhaust me. It just makes me honestly think, really, you have nothing else to talk about? I know you have more in that little brain of yours, person, or big brain, or whatever it is. Just, I feel like when people are afraid to really talk about serious situations or serious subjects, I just
shut down.
don't waste my... That's like how you talk to the person at the checkout at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Oh, the weather today was windy. I hated that. I'm glad it really stopped. Aren't you? Yeah, great. Weather's supposed to be nice. Okay, bye. That's it. That's how long that conversation should take.
Yeah. Not like at a party.
Like a dinner party where everyone is just small talking for hours.
It does sound pretty terrible.
Ugh, disgusting. Number 4. What is a habit that your partner picked up from their parents that they wish they could break?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I feel if you talked about this with your partner, it could lead to some fights.
That could be a fight for sure in that.
Yeah. Like, you do this like your mother.
Oh, yeah. That I don't recommend saying that.
No, but some people might hear that, even if you say it really politely.
Yeah, no, I think...
I know you don't really like it when you... blah, blah, blah.
all of
Mine is... What is a habit that they picked up from their parents? No, my husband would. This is the only one I think we would answer correctly about each other.
Okay.
Mine is I am a perfectionist like my father.
Okay.
So my father expected us to be good at everything we did. This is only the first time you've played golf. I don't give a shit. You should be better than that.
That's
What's wrong with your form?
It's a tough game.
Blah, blah, blah. Just expected so much more out of us. Oh, this is only the first time you've been on a tennis court? What is with that backhand? Oh my God. But now I do that to other people. Why do you suck so bad at this? And my husband will be like, because I literally have never done this before. That's no reason. So I do that, and I wish I did not do that.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing to wish not to do.
And my husband would know that answer right away. Because when we get in a fight about it, he talks about it just to make me mad.
You're just like your dad?
Yep. Yep. You're acting just like your father.
That's a killer right there.
Yep.
Hmm.
But healthier people probably don't bring it up that way.
That may be true. I don't know.
Do you have a habit you picked up from a parent that you don't really love?
Probably. But do I know what it is? I don't know. I think maybe I've been able to work through a lot of them, especially from my mom's side of things.
From all the self-help books you read?
Yes. From
Let them.
Mel Robbins said, let her annoy you. Let her get involved in your personal business. That's the thing about the let them thing is like, one of them was like, you're getting fired from work. Let them. Okay, well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Let me just
then.
take that. Let me happily pack up my belongings
Yep,
and
thank
go
you.
file for unemployment.
And I know you can't stop it from happening, which is true, but you also don't have to. I mean, you can let go of it if you want, when you want to, but I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm sure she's helped many people deal with.
But you have let most of your habits from your parents that you did not like go. That's very good of you.
A lot of them. I mean, the ones I think about mostly are from my mom's side of things, which is emotional stuff. And I'm sure the people pleasing is from mom to some extent, and that's still there. But it's better than it used to be.
And you don't like being a people pleaser.
I think that there's parts of it that I don't hate. If therapists go on and say you can't be a people pleaser, and I think that in some cases there's things you should do, even if you don't want to.
And this is where I'm going to act like my father and say, Jennifer,
yeah,
how are you not better at building boundaries?
I just think that there's a room for some kindness in there and for doing some things that you don't necessarily want to do. I mean, I'm a person who in a lot of ways doesn't want to do a lot of things that I make myself do. And if I weren't a people pleaser, I might be
doing absolutely nothing.
Do nothing.
So it's motivational for you.
In a way,
you're like, if I do not make this person happy, I will not be leaving my house today.
Let me just say that to the degree that it's unhealthy and bad, it has also served me to some extent, because I have a good number of friends that are really good friends that I think talking to them in moments when I didn't want to means they'll listen to me when they don't want to. And I mean, and I know, I'm sure there's a therapist who would be there and say, listen, that's not healthy. I mean,
yeah, being there for someone when they need you to, I don't think that's being a people pleaser.
Yeah, but I do think people with specific boundaries can be too rigid and not do those things. There's a place in the world for the lady that never says no, And if she's miserable, well, that's on her. I mean,
yeah.
So, but I think those are good people to have in the world. And I think if I were a religious person and I were like, I wanted to be a Christian in that regard, I would want to help more people. And that would be more of a value that I shared. So, but I don't.
Which shouldn't even be a religious thing.
No, I think it's what the message maybe should have been. But the way that my mom was sometimes would feel manipulative. And I didn't want to be manipulated by people. I don't want somebody to be like, and every mom does this. So this isn't really necessarily a knock on my mom, but She's, 58. And she'll be, well, honey, I may die soon and you won't see me. So if you want to not come, then don't come and I'll just be dead. That kind of, there's a boundary there where you have to say, okay, no,
Okay.
I'm not buying that one. So I'm done.
I think there are detached mothers that don't do that.
Well, lucky them. Maybe, I mean,
That's a whole other set of problems
Yeah.
that those children have. But
right.
so yes, guilting someone into doing something
Yep.
is not great.
It's not good. And I don't
do that though.
I don't think so.
No, I've never seen you do that.
And I also don't accept it from most people.
Yeah.
I'm able to say, no, that's not going to work on me. I've done the work on that one and that's not going to work on me.
And if you die, I will miss you.
I will miss you. I would have missed her. She's knock on wood. She's alive today. And so now if she says it, I'm kind of like, well,
shit.
I
need to take this seriously.
I better listen. But at the time it was, and she might have believed it the whole time, but it felt like she didn't. So, but and my dad's not super emotional guy or wasn't a super emotional guy for most of my life. And now he's expressing emotion and feelings. So everybody's kind of done some work. And my mom's gotten a little better about other things.
Do you think the work just naturally happens as you get older?
I think there's people who get through their whole life without ever doing the work that they need to do.
Okay. This is like no science.
Okay.
I honestly think it's hormones.
Your hormones change?
Yeah, I think old men lose most of their testosterone
Mm.
and then they're just like nicer.
Yeah. I mean, I think testosterone keeps them from
And I
crying
think
or something. I don't know.
moms just get worn down. They just get exhausted. Maybe that's just the human.
Maybe they're wiser.
That too, for sure. Like life experience, and you
Staying
learn
out
to
of-
make certain things more important than others.
Yeah.
Reprioritize, but I honestly think it's a lot of hormones.
Could be biological imperative.
Yeah, we need to find that out somehow.
Okay.
The last question that they ask on this thing is, what is a moment that your partner felt truly proud of themselves,
Mm.
but doesn't brag about it?
Hmm.
And again, my husband will have no answer for that because I brag about it.
Is there ever anything that your partner did that she didn't brag about?
No.
Never? I don't see you as that much of a braggart, honestly.
No, but I'm also not like the person who's going to be like, oh, no, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I'd be like, yeah, that was fucking hard. That was a big deal, and I'm proud I did it. Or
Yeah.
I'm proud I made it to the other side or whatever. I'm not, like, questions like this make me kind of annoyed personally.
Mm.
Because to me, it's like, why should you be secretly
proud of something?
Why?
Yeah. And for me, it's like, why would you ever brag about anything?
Okay, so what is a moment that you were really really proud of yourself? And did you share that accomplishment with people at the time?
I try to continually tell myself that I'm proud of myself for decisions that I've made, like leaving my job back 15 years ago or whenever, and
being brave enough to be a self-employed entrepreneurial person.
Right.
That's a big deal.
It is kind of, but I don't know if I bragged about it. I don't think so. And I don't even know if I should, because sometimes I think, well, maybe that wasn't the best decision. I could be, better set up and more stable.
Way better 401k.
Yeah, my 401k would look much healthier and I would have more money saved and so on. But I would never have gotten back those years to do the things that I've been able to do and to have the freedom that I've had in my life.
So when you were first starting your business and going to go and do the thing and left your
Mhm.
man job, not like
The man.
You didn't like go celebrate with anyone? You didn't have friends that you went out to dinner with, or you got your new logo set up and you shared with people and were like, "Oh, yay, look, this is exciting."
I'm sure I did some of that. I know that I made some cryptic Facebook post about
Oh my God.
it would be gross if I went back. I remember seeing it a few years ago and saying, gross, Jennifer. But it was more like, may the bridges I burn light the way or something like that,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I hate those cryptic faces.
Yeah.
Ew, Jennifer.
Yeah. And that's okay. And that's bragging. That's that.
No.
Someone says something, I'm like, yo. And I
And
didn't.
that's what I get. Yeah, no.
So did I brag about it? Maybe I did. I don't know.
I don't think you bragged about it, but I think you celebrated it. So I feel
Yeah.
like this question is asking something you did you were proud of and you like were quiet as a church mouse about it. Like, what?
That time I didn't punch someone that I really wanted to punch him in the face.
Did that happen earlier today?
If
that happens to me every day.
If the podcaster that I listened to earlier, if the Ezra Klein guy was in front of me.
Not Ezra Klein. Do not sue us.
Not Ezra Klein.
She is not threatening to punch you.
No, I love Ezra Klein. I'm very happy that he exists because I just love the way he makes me think differently about something. And his guest, I'd like to make that guest feel differently or think differently about something.
By punching some common sense into his stupid head.
Now, I wouldn't have done it really, but I want to sometimes.
Well.
But I don't, and I'm not bragging about it. I'm bragging about the fact that I thought that I might be able to punch someone in the face, though, which is different.
This is getting... I'm confused.
Okay.
What?
Sorry.
So anyways, I hate that question, actually.
Okay.
Because I think it's okay...
Now what?
Because this says, if you know about any of your partner's unsung victories, it means that your partner feels safe enough to share their most humble, meaningful moments with you.
Mm.
That kind of trust is invaluable in a relationship.
Okay.
And I'm just sort of calling bullshit. I find that kind of
this
phony.
This was a waste of fucking time.
No, it wasn't. I just worked this out as I was reading it, that it bothered me. And I think, do you know what I think like a really telling time is in a relationship? When you're both sick. When one of you can be shitting their brains out on the toilet and the other is puking in the bathtub.
That is not a good...
And then you swap because you only have one bathroom in your house. That's a telling time in a relationship. Not, today I felt kind of proud about this thing, but I didn't want to sound like a bitch. So I'm secretly telling you. That means literally nothing.
I wonder if Jeremy would feel the same if he'd be like...
No, he would be like, my wife is so insensitive and I wish I could share more things with her.
But she will make fun of me.
And I would probably not even let him have diarrhea in the same bathroom as me.
It's good when you have two bathrooms.
But I would feel like that was a bigger step in our relationship, is having the mutual explosive diarrhea.
Probably.
Or as you get older, like health situations, right?
Yeah. It's hard to study that. Does diarrhea better than secrets between a couple?
Or, again, having a child, right? Or going through something where, again, you're just being sick alongside someone, right? Like taking someone to, and this could be a friend, like taking someone to and from these scary appointments or deaths in the, like all these things to me are like way more meaningful than telling someone your secretly prideful moment.
Yeah.
That just seems kind of phony.
Yeah, there's nothing to be embarrassed about with a prideful moment. If your partner, you might just say, you know what I did today? I didn't punch someone. And I'm like, cool. It's not like a big deal. Maybe it is for some people. I don't know.
It is. I mean, this is also a good time to, you watch Shrinking.
Mm-hmm.
I watch Shrinking.
Yeah.
Everyone should be watching Shrinking. And that character on that show, that would be a big deal for him.
Yeah, that's true.
To not punch someone in the face because he's filled with so much this rage and has the PTSD from his time in the service and all these things. So, and that show, I think, does a really good job of just making people humans and not having it be this phony psycho babble.
Well, you picked it.
I did pick this, and then I decided I didn't like it.
Oh, man. Well,
we can put the questions in the show notes.
Yep.
And if you want to have this conversation with your partner to see how strong you are together.
And we will not make fun or belittle that exercise if it's helpful for you. But I don't know.
To your face. Just joking.
I don't know what that means now. I guess the two of us have really shared this with a lot of people.
There might be 10 people that listen to this.
The first one has like 30 people.
Woo!
now.
Look at us go.
Look at us.
So that's what I had this week.
Okay.
A little different.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing that up.
It went somewhere I didn't know it was going to go.
Yeah. That's what these are about, hopefully.
We can be proud of that, Jennifer.
Yeah, I am proud of it. And
Look!
I'm okay to share that.
What are you going to hang up on right now in your life? Okay, I've been really judging myself about how much I'm sleeping lately. And I'm just going to not judge myself anymore. If I sleep 13 hours in a day, that's okay. Because I am literally exhausted right now.
Yeah. This could be hormones.
It could be hormones. It could be like the state of chaos that our world is right now.
Yeah.
It could be having a teenage son. It could be all the things compounded. It could be that the weather's been crappy out and when it's cold, I just want to sleep. But I'm done. I'm done like being like, oh, I should be up doing something. Nope.
Yeah.
If my eyeballs want to shut back down,
let them go.
I'm going to bed.
Yep. And you put on your oxygen mask first or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be full so you can help other people.
Full of something. Right. Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many things I want to hang up on. I do just want to go back to one point, which is that the Brady Bunch.
Oh, yeah. What did we find out?
They were not the first. Mary Kay and Johnny from the 1947 to 50 show Mary Kay and Johnny.
Oh, have you heard of that?
No.
Me either.
It was set in Greenwich Village and was the first sitcom. And they were in the same bed, apparently.
The first, sitcom ever?
Yeah. That's what it says. And it was 1947 to 1950. Mary Kay and Johnny, first married couple, first sitcom.
Nice.
Which I'd never heard of. Maybe we can find it.
Yeah, we need to watch that.
And although their double bed is more memorable, Mary Kay and Johnny were technically the first ones to share a bed. Others that broke tradition were Lucy and Ricardo. Oh my God.
What?
Kirk from Star Trek. I don't remember that.
Oh.
Did they even? I did not know they slept together.
Star Trek. That's your territory.
Wow. Edith and Archie Bunker and David and Keith from 6 Feet Under.
Oh.
That's a fun one.
Love that show.
That is a really good show.
It's one of my favorites of all time.
One of the best first episodes, I think, and one of the best last episodes of a show.
Yeah, I need to watch that again.
I don't know if I can.
When I'm not sleeping.
Who has time with all the sleeping you're doing?
All right, we're going to try to find that sitcom too, and we can put a link to that. That would be fun.
I bet you can't even find it, but we'll try.
We'll try.
We'll make a note of that.
And by we, I mean Jennifer.
I will try. I will be avoiding game night to figure this out for you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so what are you going to hang up on? What are you?
Gosh, I want to, I don't know, because if I say I want to hang up on it, it probably means I'm not going to hang up on it. I think I should just hang up on trying to solve any problems.
No, you can't do that. I'm not letting you.
Oh, God, man.
Well, okay.
Just,
you're not going to solve them by yourself, right? Like, you know that. So you've already given that up. You want to not think about it anymore?
I definitely am going to have to. There's no way I can not.
You're setting yourself up to fail.
But I feel like I might be depressing people when I talk about some of the things I talk about.
They should probably be depressed.
Toughen up, people.
Yep.
Let's go. We've got some work to do.
Yep.
But I'm not hanging up on...
And again, this is your people pleasing.
I know, right?
Because
listen,
you're
Jennifer,
upset that these people might be depressed.
I know. This is a deep, 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 deep problem, but it makes me more Christ-like. I'm sure Christ was riddled with this stuff, but he never hung up on it.
And our 2 listeners that are Christian are going to leave.
No, why would they do that? I'm literally saying that I believe this. I'm not, because we're laughing doesn't mean it's not true. But yeah, I mean,
all right.
I'm not trying to freak, hanging up on freaking out and freaking out other people. How about that? That's better?
Yeah. You can't control if they're going to freak. I think you've been doing good at that, by the way.
Not freaking out or
Yeah,
not freaking other people out?
not freaking out.
Thank you.
I feel like you haven't had that many freak out
It's
moments
just
lately.
something I don't like to brag about.
It was a small
It
thing.
was just a little thing I did.
Yes.
I don't want to.
Didn't want to
If
make
I had
anyone feel like they weren't accomplishing as much. Yep.
Next time we'll do the 20 questions that make people fall in love with you.
Ooh.
But I don't want us to have that between us, but maybe other people could fall in love with us.
So should we like give the real answers or like the answers we think you should give if you want someone to fall in love with you? Because let's be
No.
honest, you don't tell people the real answers at the beginning.
No, you would. You would have to. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
All right. Well, we'll do that.
Can we lie? No. All right. I'll just lie without telling you.
We'll see.
But I think it's a better list maybe than the one we just did.
Than the annoying one we just did.
Yeah. And
I'm
also,
sorry. This lady's probably really well educated and knows what she's talking about, but
anybody can
where's a
write shit for C-SPAN.
let's do it. Let's do a sound effect to end it.
A sound effect? Do you want to do like where you do one? Like you say something.
I'm sure. Oh, what is that?
That one's awful. Good God.
Hello? Hello.
Why would anyone
I think
want
the
that?
sound effects aren't working.
Hello,
Oh, yeah.
I am the woman who wrote the article for MSNBC.
CNBC.
Oh, CNBC.
Originally for MSNBC.
And I feel unsafe now that I know Ashley and Jennifer do not like my article and enjoy punching people in the face.
Oh, well. Well, hold on.
I don't have an issue with it.
What is... You sound tinny. You sound very tinny.
It's, I don't like being a robot anymore. I don't even know how to turn it off.
Okay. Thank you all for listening.
I figured it out.
We will see you. No, we don't ever see you.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
They're slugging it out. A left to the jaw, and...
Oh, my block is knocked off.
But you can press it right back on. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Press this lever. He throws a right, the other a left. Knock his block off. You're the winner.
Well, next time.